Why is this happening? Why is the clean energy sector tanking, and why has it been doing so even before the market started to crash here in January? Today we're going to find out. So let's watch this clip from CNBC and let's see what an Invesco economist says about their ETF.
Two big trends in ETFs this year. One hot, one not so hot. Why is clean energy stalled out?
Bob, in the months leading up to the election, we started to see flows pick up in the space and really even accelerate post-election. And these names have moved a lot from a performance standpoint. Both ETFs were up over 200% in 2020. They've pulled back, as you mentioned, a bit this year. But when we think about this transformation to cleaner energy, we think about it over decades, not days. And I joke, Bob, that after 15 years, these two ETFs are an overnight success story. We launched PBW, the Clean Energy Fund, in 2005. We launched TAN, the solar ETF, in 2008. And so we really opened up the sector for investors. These were the first ETFs in the space. Back then, the companies were a lot smaller. This was an emerging sector. Fast forward to today, it's still a relatively new space. If you add up the market cap, Bob, of all the names in PBW and exclude Tesla, less than $500 billion space. And so when you think about the move to sustainability and clean energy, and this is not just a U.S. thing, this is global, the regulatory pressure, the societal demand, there's a lot of money moving into this sector. And it's difficult to pick a single stock in the space. We see a lot of investors like to buy the index, get exposure to the entire theme. And Bob, we think about this over the long horizon. The trend to cleaner energy, solar power, water resources, greener buildings, these are long-term themes here, Bob, that we're seeing play out.
The idea that this interview gave me was just to keep accumulating. While we're having this bad time, you can say, you can call that, and the whole market actually having a bad time, these companies are going to be hit the hardest. These with a lot of overhead, a lot of debt, a high PE ratio, and a lot of things expected for them in the future. One thing that I know about this sector, which also is the thing that scares a lot of people away from it, big risk, big reward, right? That is kind of the whole deal with this sector. There's a big risk because it is very volatile, but there's also big reward, as we can see here. 2020 till 2021, it grew 200%. This PBW, actually a pretty nice diversified ETF, which I'll link a video up to here, and I'll also link a video to 3 ETFs that I go over right here.